everyone, it's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. For those of you who are in the States and celebrated Labor Day, hope you guys had a great long weekend. I know I definitely needed a little time off, so it was good to just kind of, do nothing. Anyways, I've got a check-in here for all of you. And it's very interesting. I used, let's see, 6 tarot decks, and I got the 10 of Wands in every single deck. So, whatever has been happening since my last reading and to now, we are kind of at this end of the cycle with this final burden, and, there's a lot of 10s on the table. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Our Queen of Wands is back, and she's been clarified by the Queen of Swords. So there's some mental anguish, perhaps some words that were used. So, but I just don't feel like it's a recent fight. I just feel like it's the masculine perhaps seeing his feminine in that Queen of Wands energy, that, that she's wanting to walk away, and that she's getting ready to cut anything out of her life that isn't serving her, okay? And that's causing him stress. And what's causing her stress is that, yeah, absolutely, he is right, that she is looking to walk away because this is not moving. There's so much stress. There's not a very active rebuild going on because he is in a period of healing still, right? And frankly, the feminine is in a period of healing too. She is in no form or fashion ready for union because she is also healing some very deep wounds that are giving her sadness and stress, and mostly around past third-party situations. And so that has our masculine wondering, are they going to be able to rebuild again? Okay. So before I get started with this reading, I just want to remind everybody, we were almost sold out on this beautiful clear quartz pendant with the Tree of Life that's handmade here. This is like the pendant actually does come with a necklace. I was able to find a rose gold necklace that I will send. And so you can either wear this or hang it in your car, hold it, whatever you want to do. But this I'm selling on my website. I only have 2 more left. And it comes with a 3-card mini reading, and that mini reading will be emailed to you, and it will be your energy towards your twin's energy towards you, and the energy of the connection at the time I do the reading. So this is available on my website at queenoflight1111.com. And if you guys want to purchase your own reading, your own personal reading, go to that same website, queenoflight1111.com. And for those of you who are in this collective and are actually trying to rebuild a relationship back to union with your masculine, I am holding a workshop that is actually sold very well. It's on Sunday, September 8th through Zoom. Zoom is a web conference, so you'll see me, I'll see you. So we're having a workshop on September 8th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's a workshop about twins who are in communication, not telepathic, 3D communication. In this world, he is calling you, he is texting you, you are calling and texting him, you are seeing each other. That's the collective that I am wanting to work with in this specific workshop, because there's a lot of post-traumatic stress here for him, for her. And there is this desire for union. They are each other's wish. They are going through healing. But we've got to rebuild the tower without the old foundation and the old bricks from the past. And so what we're going to talk about are the things that are affecting you and your road to union at this time, and whether that has to do with third parties or trust or self-esteem or family issues or inner child wounds, whatever it is. We're going to work together on that. And, depending on how successful this is, I may continue to do this maybe once a month for the people that are going to be in this session. And so I'm keeping it small so I can spend time with everybody on that conference. And so if you're interested in grabbing your seat, go to queenoflight1111.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and there you will find not only the crystals for purchase, but also this seat to purchase your seat to your workshop. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the theme, okay? So what I wanted to ask first was, what's the theme for our masculine and what he is going through today on his journey as related to his feminine? I have one for the feminine and I have one for the connection, okay? And by the way, any of these decks that I'm using, they're all available on my Amazon storefront. The link is in the link is in my description box. And by the way, I'm going to add these last two that I've just started using, this Ciro Marchetti Oracle of Visions Tarot. That's what I'm using for the theme. But all else is on my Amazon storefront. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these, go to the storefront. Okay, so what's going on with our masculine right now on his journey as related to his feminine? So his card that flew out for him is this beautiful card. And look, if you look, there's like masks. There's all these masks. This is a mask here in the middle. There's a mask here. There's a mask here. And these are all these little Russian dolls, right? And so if you are familiar with these Russian dolls, if you open one up, a whole nother person comes out, and a whole nother person comes out, and a whole nother person comes out. So this is about identity. This is all about self-analysis. This is all about knowing himself. Feels a little bit more like the Hermit card, right? Where you're on your self-discovery, trying to understand yourself, trying to know yourself. So this card presents an image of self-examination. This is number 41, which is a 5, which is about change. It's about challenges and change. And so during this period of self-examination for our masculine, while he's on this journey with his feminine, the answer to who we are can have multiple answers, right? And those answers change with time, with circumstances, with different situations, with different people. And we wear our masks to falsely reflect or truthfully portray the different versions of what we are or what we can be, okay? And so, this is definitely our masculine in this energy. And I love that we did get the 7 of Swords. For the first time ever, document this. I'm saying I love this, that we got the 7 of Swords in his heart space, because it's showing me, when I clarified it, that he's moving out of that energy, which is where you're wearing masks, where you are not in a period, in a place of authenticity. And I love that it was followed by the 5 of Swords or the 4 of Swords, which is like he's healing that struggle within himself. Okay, he's coming out of it. He's healing that struggle. And so he is in this period of really, really trying to understand who he is and what he wants. Okay. And I think that's great for him. But our feminine here is in an energy of isolation. She's in solitude. She's in this period of loneliness. And so, I really feel like she knows who she is. She's standing in her power. And that's why she's back in Queen of Wands today. Okay. And she's like, this is not happening. And, he's still in this period of identity crisis or self-identity discovery. And, in the meantime, life has to continue to move forward. And so she's in this period where, she's under this umbrella, just like above water, away from ground, away from anything and everything, and just covered and isolated. And, she's got her book of knowledge there. And so when this comes up, this is like me time, right? And this is about, she's just escaping at this time, and she wants to be alone, where her thoughts are her only companion, okay? And so, she's embracing her solitude. This is not her like, woe is me. She's just really trying to go within and look at the things that have happened in the past. Where are things with them today? Where is she today? And what is in the highest good for her, okay? Her book, if you look, there's no writing in the book, okay? The book is empty. There's nothing to read. There's nothing to enter. And only the passing thoughts. She's trying to release this past, these past thoughts, these past wounds, this post-traumatic stress. And so in this energy she is in, and she is trying to refresh and recharge and make good decisions for herself. Okay, so he's finding himself, learning about himself, taking off masks. And she's like, I don't want to write anything. I don't want to read anything. I'm just letting all the thoughts and the feelings come to me. I'm letting them pass. because I want to get rid of all of these burdens. She's got the 10 of Wands 2 times around her wishes and her dreams and her sadness and her stress. And so she's in this period of decision making. Okay. She's at a choice point about what she wants to do for her life that's going to serve her. And so, by the way, this is a number 35, which is an 8, which talks about cycles, right? Cycles, like moon cycles, right? The moon goes through all these different phases and cycles, and this is yet another phase, another cycle for her. So now I said, okay, well, he's in his self-discovery and she's isolated herself, so great. Where are we with the connection? And so we got this card here, and this is about this man. This is about, not man, it's this energy rather, about goals, about dedication, about process. And if you look, like, they even says this in the book, like there's this journey on this man's face, like it's tattooed from the top to the bottom. And so this is like the spirit saying, hey, people, start to look at this, not from the eagle eye, laser focused, everything that's happening in the 3D right now, but look at the bigger picture of this connection. How far have you come? How much have you changed? How much of your goals have you achieved in this connection? Do not lose sight of that. You guys have come so far to have gone through all these separations, all these issues, to come back together and be in communication again. Do not lose sight of that. And so they're saying, look at this in a larger metaphysical sense. The journey through life is said to be full of transformation from an imperfect, corruptible state towards a perfect, healthy, and everlasting state. And when I say that, this was the old, distorted, divine masculine and divine feminine, the unawakened divine masculine and divine feminine. And now we have transformed into these awakened masculine and feminine, into these awakened and enlightened spiritual beings. That's what we are now. Okay? We are done with the imperfection of our connection, and now we are in this higher state. And it says, what does not kill us makes us stronger. Thus, painful or difficult changes that we endure can then, in theory, burnish us in a spiritual sense to a high golden shine. And I'm going to share this with you. I don't know if you guys know this, but dreams are very much my premonitions, and I have a lot of dreams about a lot of different things and a lot of different people that are very, very specific. And when I talk to those people, they're like, well, how did you even know that? So my dreams are one of my gifts, and it's not the one that I use for the public at large, but for those that are in my life. And so it's interesting to me because last night I had a dream that I was like, you know, like before you go into the doctor's office, the nurse brings you in and starts to take your blood pressure and does all your vitals. Well, this was like some sort of spiritual vital test, okay? And so I was in there and there was another lady in there. I don't even know who that lady was. And the nurse starts sniffing all around this lady's body, okay? Like sniffing, and the lady's getting all uncomfortable, and her face is turning red. And the way that she was assessing like her vitals and her blood pressure was through her energy field, through her aura. And then all of a sudden the lady says, oh, okay, well, your aura is purple, which is like the crown chakra, the third eye, right? So I was like, oh, hey, can you test mine? And so I asked the nurse in my dream to test my aura, to check my aura to see what she would do. And it was weird, right? She was sniffing all around me too, and all of this stuff. And so when she finished her sniff test on me, I felt and saw this yellow, bright yellow energy. And she's like, your aura is yellow, which is that solar chakra, right? And it's so interesting also because my name is Queen of Light, and literally like my name is the translation of my real names, if I don't know if you guys know that. So yellow, let me tell you what yellow means. And then when I got this card, and it even says, look at the yellow above him, look at the yellow here. And it says, and this is like the third eye, this is purple here. And so this very much is like this intuition and this knowledge. And so this is about the solar plexus, okay? And so when I looked this up, I was like, give me some more. I wanted to know some more information about yellow. And so the yellow is a frequency of the solar plexus. It's the core of our self-esteem and our personal power. This is the yellow aura, is the leader's aura. The yellow aura frequencies resonate with the vibrations of confidence, happiness, a strong sense of self, and the ability to inspire others to achieve greatness. I mean, that is like my total mission in my life, is to inspire others to achieve their own personal greatness. People who have yellow emissions in their energy are natural born leaders. They're business owners, team captains, master networkers, managers, or any other professions that involve inspiring people to act towards success and happiness. Yellow aura people tend to have high levels of energy and activity with a positive, productive motivation. They are often found at the center of organizations and social gatherings, as their high vibration positivity naturally attracts others towards them. I thought that was super interesting. And then to have this card come up as the connective energy, the connective theme, was very interesting. We are, if you are in this collective, in this personal power, perhaps you are inspiring others now, both of you, okay, as he finds his true identity, as she goes through her learning. We are out of this distorted connection and into this divine connection, from the place of imperfection and into a place of perfection, although it seems far from perfection, okay? But again, think back to how far you've come, because right now the memories in this collective are of the past, and they're not necessarily happy memories. And so this is Spirit's guidance to you, is get out of the past and start to look at the big picture. Use your positivity, your greatness, tap into your core, into your security, into your self-esteem. And whatever is happening with the two of you today, to tap into the gratitude that you have for how far you've come. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get started. Bottom of the deck for the head, heart, and environment for our masculine and feminine in their energies and in the themes for the Psychic Tarot is the victory and success card. So they're very much, well, it doesn't feel like it, are in a place of victory or to achieve victory. Okay, the energy around this connection for their head, heart, and environment is the door to value, which is that they are very much valuing themselves and each other and this connection, and they just need to get out of this cycle of pain. A head, heart, environment space for our divine masculine is the death card, which is all about transformation, which is exactly what is happening to him right now as he is transforming out of these Russian dolls, out of these masks. He is in a period of transformation, and his clarifiers are the Three of Pentacles, which is he's learning his lessons through this transformation. For our feminine, head, heart, environment is all about the Emperor. She knows that this is the time where he is coming into his divine masculinity, into his full spiritual being, right? And for her clarifier, Seven of Pentacles, is just she's waiting for that to rise up, to crop up. Okay? Let's go ahead and get started. So for our divine masculine, his first card is the base chakra, okay? The base chakra is all about action. It's all about action. And the clarifier is community. And so, you know, it's not third party, guys. It's just this old ass energy that just continues here. But I just feel like he's in his community, working with his community at this time. So this base or root chakra with this community card, okay? So the base or the base or root chakra, this is the energy center, okay? This is located at the base of the spine. And this is about survival. He's just trying to survive, okay? He's not out there goofing off with these people. He's just trying to survive. In his physical body, he could be exhausted from work. He could be exhausted from pressures. He could be exhausted from this connection. I know he's stressed out because he got the Nine of Swords. He doesn't know how to communicate at this time. He's just exhausted. And so right now, his issues are just basic survival, okay? Sustenance, safety, shelter. And so when the community card comes up right after that, to deal with this root chakra, this is about, you know, he's connecting with people, right? Like trying to survive. Like he's perhaps with his soul tribe, with his family, you know, with like-minded people, okay? And he knows that his feminine is part of his tribe, and he's just trying to figure out how he can survive this connection, how this, Honestly, this whole theme is can we rebuild again? That's what this is. Can we rebuild again? Can we move out of these base energies of just trying to survive and like rebuild and or what? Like what are we going to do, right? Because we can't live in this old energy anymore. And so I do feel like there's a few messages there. It's like for him, his theme and his headspace is very much like he's just trying to survive. He's just trying to be at peace, and spending time with his tribe. But he's also wondering if he can come together with his feminine in his headspace, and can then the relationship survive. Okay, so it makes a lot of sense. So now what, as we drill down, let's drill down into his headspace about what's happening in his mind when he thinks about his feminine. Okay, so first card out, she comes out as the Queen of Wands, but lo and behold, the Queen of Wands comes out also as the Queen of Swords. So he's thinking about his fiery feminine, who's no BS, okay? She speaks her words, she's wise, she speaks the truth, and she has no problem cutting out things, people, situations that do not serve her, okay? So he's seeing her as this very fiery energy, and I know this is our feminine because she's already represented herself as one and only queen, Queen of Wands, and I know this is her. And so for me, when he's thinking, he's like, how can I? And it's funny because this root chakra here, this base chakra, root chakra, is red. And he sees her in this red energy, in this fiery energy. But she's not just fiery, she's smart too. She's cutting too. She's wise too. She uses her words. She knows how to use her words. And so when he thinks about her, he's like, man, she is mentally like acute. Like she is mentally sound like sharp, right? Wise and fiery. So when her words come out at him, she is fiery, sharp, and there's no BS energy with this combo. So that's how he's thinking about her in his headspace right now. And he's like, I don't know what kind of offer to make. Page of Pentacles. There's a desire to manifest something. There's a desire to give her something small, but that is a big burden. It's clarified by the Ten of Wands. He doesn't even know what to give her at this point in this energy. And he wants to be reciprocal with her. He wants to give and take. But do you see how in this Six of Coins, there's an imbalance still? There's still an imbalance. There's 3 coins here. There's 2 coins here. There's 1 coin here. He doesn't know where to put the coin. He doesn't know where to put the coin. And so when this card comes out and it's clarified by the Page of Swords, he's just observing. He's just kind of sitting back, observing, delaying communication, delaying any sort of activity towards her because he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to communicate. Page of Wands. And so what he does is he does nothing. 7 of Pentacles. He does nothing. He just kind of waits. And this wait fires up the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, even more. Okay? So now where is she in her headspace? She's got memories of love and appreciation. Okay? And so I'll tell you right now, these memories, past memories, are not great ones. Okay? But she's appreciative of the journey. She's appreciative that they're in communication. She's appreciative for the experiences that she's had with her masculine. Okay? And that is what she is focused on and she's trying to think about. She knows that some stuff has gone down with them. Okay, she knows some stuff has gone down, but she's trying to stay in a state of gratitude and not in a state of loss. Okay, but yet she does have memories that cause her stress, that cause her anxiety. So her first card out is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is a number 9, that's like a single energy. She's like thinking about what her wishes are. He is part of her wishes, but she's thinking about what the wishes are. What does she want in her life? Okay, yes, she's appreciative. Yes, she has fond memories. Yes, she's thinking back to times that don't necessarily give her the best warm and fuzzy feeling, but she is in gratitude for the change that has occurred. But this 9 of Cups, clarified by the 10 of Wands, her wishes right now are a burden. This connection is not manifesting. Walking away from him also gives her a burden, makes her feel like this is a burden. And so she is in her head space has a lot of burdens about her wishes, and she wants things to move forward. She's being thoughtful, she's being analytical, she's being methodical about movement and movement towards him, but it's slow, right? And so she's got the Chariot that clarifies that. She's trying to figure out how they can balance out this shadow and the light in their connection to move forward much more quickly than they are, okay? Into this new journey, into this Fool's energy. And this Fool is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, which to me is really with the Fool, to me, is like, you know, how do we move forward into this commitment as this newly mastered beings, right? Like these newly like, look at all the red in this card. Someone has really worked really hard with a lot of passion, with a lot of energy, with a lot of sight, a lot of dedication, right? A dedication towards your goals. And so how do we start this new beginning from this point, right? Not as the distorted masculine, feminine, but as this new sacred sense of self, and have this new beginning. And then it's clarified by the Three of Wands. Like, how do we manifest this new beginning in the 3D, right? So there's a lot of thought happening, right? He's like, I don't know what to give her. I don't know how to talk to her. So I do nothing, okay? I'm going to pause. I'm just going to watch. And she's like, man, I got to keep this moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. How do we keep it moving and manifest this? In his heart space, when he feels for his feminine with the Triumph and the woman holding a coin. So he wants to have success with his feminine, okay? He wants to move forward. This is the Chariot card, and she just got the Chariot card, okay? And so this is very much about how to move forward, balance himself, move forward to his feminine, okay? So in his heart space, there's stress. There's a lot of stress in his heart. And that's why he's kind of not doing anything. He's kind of like, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. So I don't really know what to do at this time. So here's what we got in his heart space when he feels for his feminine stress. Nine of Swords. I said, what's the Nine of Swords all about? What the hell is he stressed about? Page of Wands. Remember, we just got the Page of Wands in his head space, clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. He's stressed because he knows he's not communicating. He's stressed because he knows communication. There has to be some more communication. So he's stressed about how to communicate as the King of Wands. I said, tell me about by the way, this King of Wands is the court match to his Queen of Wands. And by the way, in this energy here, in his environment, King of Swords. Like, he knows she is his match, and he just doesn't want to mess this up anymore. So the thing is, his inaction just throws her into a tizzy, okay? But he's not doing it out of disrespect. He's just doing it because he's really not sure what his next move will be. So in his heart space, remember, he's balancing things out because he wants to move forward. He wants to triumph over his feminine, but he's stressed about how to communicate, what to communicate. He does want to take action. And I said, tell me about this King of Wands. Well, he's sad. Five of Cups. He's sad. He's sad about these 3 cups, these 3 cups here. He's sad about it. He's sad that he may have missed his blessing. So what do I even take action towards now if I've missed my chance? This is part of his thought process, guys, girls, that he just doesn't, he's not taking action because he's like, why? Did I miss this blessing? Did I miss the 2 of Cups because I was sitting here drinking out of shitty pots, right? And so, sorry, that wasn't very high vibration, but yeah, he's just like, you know, did I miss my chance? How do I make it over the tower? How do I make it over the river to this tower where she is, where the rainbow is union? How do I get there? How do I get there? 7 of Swords. So now we have the stress is communication. I'm sad over this loss, over my past, over what I did. Is there anything even to take action towards anymore? Because remember, he's thinking, are we going to make it? Are we going to make it? Well, in his heart, 7 of Swords. Withholding information, deceit, manipulation, right? He's leaving 2 swords behind. He's taking 5. And I love that we got the 5 of Swords right after this, clarified by the 4 of Swords. Like, he knows that he's going to take the lessons from this behavior. All right, this was his spiritual lesson. Remember, I did the Divine Masculine's journey for this collective, and it was all about this 7 of Swords. And so in his heart space, he's sad about his deceit. He's sad about his betrayal. He's sad about the withholding, okay? So I said, all right, tell me about the 7 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. He's slowly, I said, what about it? He's slowly moving out of it, Knight of Pentacles. Slowly moving out of this energy. I said, what is he moving towards? 10 of Cups. moving towards his happiness. He wants to be happy. Okay, then it's followed by the Five of Swords in the storyline, right? So he knows that he's lost his feminine because of the Seven of Swords behavior in the past, which, as the King of Wands, he is thinking about how he sabotaged his happiness in the past. And so this Five of Swords was clarified by the Four of Swords, which is he's healing from these addictions. He's healing from this pain. He's healing from this loss of this connection that he created. Okay, and that's why he's in the Five of Cups. So now for her, in her heart space, she's got the third eye chakra and Archangel Raphael. This is all about, her intuition and healing her heart space. So this is, again, this energy about look at this from a much more higher viewpoint. This pain, this broken heart that you went through that now he's helping heal. There was a purpose. There was a lesson for her, a lesson. She would not be who she is today if she didn't go through this journey with her masculine. So she needs to look at this from a state of appreciation and gratitude. And so in her heart, she's working on healing her heart through her intuition. And so now in her, let's see, I don't want to mess this up. Hold on a second. In her heart space. Okay, in her heart space, we've got the Chariot. Okay, here's the Chariot again. She's like, I want to move forward. I want to balance this out. I want to balance my own pain out. I want to balance this connection out. I said, and go where? To Union, Two of Cups. Okay, and so I said, that's fine. That's great. So then in her heart space, we've got the Tower. But she's like, this shit has crumbled. This has gone down. This tower has gone down. And she just doesn't feel like they're moving towards the rebuild. I said, tell me about the Tower. Nine of Swords. This is her stress, that they're not really rebuilding. It's moving too slow for her. So perhaps she's in a period of impatience, but all in divine timing. She's in Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords, Tower. Okay? She's got Ten of Wands in her environment. She's unsure in her environment. She's not ready. She's not ready for her masculine yet, nor is he ready. He's still thinking about the past, right? Just like she is. So she's trying to, in her heart space, look at this connection from a much higher point of view, from a more intuitive point of view, from a high priestess point of view, and heal her heart through that intuition. She wants to move forward in her heart space towards her union with her masculine. She wants to rebuild, but that is giving her some stress. Like, can they rebuild, right? Perhaps she's having the same thoughts. Can we rebuild? And by the way, he got the Nine of Swords here, and they both got the Nine of Swords in the heart space. He's got it around how to communicate. She's got it around how are we going to rebuild. And then we have Five of Pentacles in her heart. They're in separation. It's clarified by the Six of Cups. They're separated because of this past that they can't get over. And they want to move things forward. Knight of Cups in her heart. She wants to move things forward. She wants to move forward in love. But Three of Cups, I clarified it again. Five of Cups. She's got sadness over this third-party stuff in the past. Still, remember, Five of Cups here for the masculine too. And he's looking at the Three Cups, thinking about how he may have missed his blessing. And sure enough, she's got the Two of Cups here she wants to move towards, the Three of Cups here that screwed her up, and then the Five of Cups all together that she's looking at this past. Can she move out of it? This is really important. If you guys are resonating with this reading from this point, at least from the masculine feminine side, then I would really love for you to join me in the workshop on the 8th, on Sunday the 8th, because this is the stuff that we need to get over if we're going to rebuild this tower again, okay? In the environment for our divine masculine, discontent and boredom. This is like the Four of Cups, and this is caring connections. He's just not happy with the way things are going with his connection with his feminine. Yeah, he's not happy because what to offer is a burden, right? How to give is delayed, and how to communicate is delayed. In his heart, he's stressed about how to communicate with her. He's stressed about how to take action. Is there anything there to take action? Is she walking away from me? Right? He knows he's sabotaged and lost this connection because of his past, but he's healing those wounds. And so now in his environment, he's just like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the way this is going with my feminine. I'm not happy. 4 is like a number of stabilization. It's like, how do I stabilize this connection? To 14 is number 5, through change. How do I stabilize that? So let's drill down. What's happening in the environment for him? Well, Nine of Cups. He's thinking about his wishes too. Remember, she got Nine of Cups here in her headspace, and she also has it in her environment, so they're mirroring. He's thinking about his wishes. What's his wish? His wish is to move forward with passion, okay? Towards what? Towards healing. What about this healing? Healing this unknown, healing the secrets, healing emotions. I said, what? Give me another card for that. Queen of Wands. He wants to help heal his Queen of Wands, this from these secrets, these emotions, this past, okay? But he's stuck. Nine of Pentacles, clarified by the Eight of Swords. He's stuck in just being single. He's just stuck in his own independence, in his own being alone. He's stuck, okay? But he wants to be in his emotions, and clarified by the King of Swords. A man that matches her truth, not only with his action, but with his sensitivity, but with his wisdom and his integrity as well, okay? So it's very interesting how he wants to match, his feminine with action, okay? With integrity, with, and I just sold one more crystal, by the way, while we were doing this. I only have one more left. So it's just, it's very interesting that, you know, the only queen that did not come up here to match is the Queen of Cups. And she's just not feeling that right now, to be honest. She's just not feeling that. And this is the Queen of Pentacles energy, woman holding a coin. And she didn't show up that way here because I don't know that she's decided that she wants to ground the connection yet. She's still trying to heal herself. And why? Because she's in mental conflict. Two of Swords energy about this yin yang. How will this ever balance out? How will I ever be able to be receptive? How will he take action? And there's a lot of mental conflict for our feminine here, which makes a lot of sense about why she's isolated herself, where there's nothing to read, nothing to write, just wants to let everything kind of pass. If you look at this, the wind is blowing this way. She just wants things to pass by and pass through and pass away. She's done, you know. And by the way, pass away is another word for death, transformation, and he got that for the bottom of his deck. And so this is her. She's like, she wants the death of the old connection, the transformation of the old connection, and balance it into this yin yang energy. But she just doesn't know if it's ever going to get there. Look at all these twos. Two. All about collaboration, all about partnership, all about their union. This is major mental conflict for her. So now let's drill down into her environment. What is happening with our queen here? Okay, well, just Queen of Wands. Wasn't surprised at all. And by the way, Queen of Wands is here in his headspace. Queen of Wands is here in his environment. You know, all he is thinking about her, and that's who she is. She's the Queen of Wands. And so I said, what about the Queen of Wands? Eight of Cups. I said, what is she walking towards? Nine of Cups, her own wishes. Okay, that's what she's thinking about. She's like, do I have to get back into this with or without you again? You don't. That's the old 3D energy. That with or without you, Queen, is old news. This Queen of Wands now is births. You know, she takes action. She creates. Okay, that's the Queen of Wands you want to embody now, not that fiery one that'll just be like, bye, Felicia. Okay, so this is that Nine of Cups in her headspace. That is the burden. She's like, do I walk away? So she's working through this Queen of Wands shadow aspect. Okay, and then we got the next card, which is the Palace of Cups. She's in her emotions. She's in her emotions, okay? She's in her emotions. She's in her fire. She's in her emotions. That's where she's living right now. That's why she's in this isolation. As I clarify that Nine of Pentacles, she's alone. And by the way, he's Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. He's stuck in being alone in his own mental trapping, and she is in her own heart-based emotional self, okay, where she's just feeling a lot of different emotions, a lot of nines around here, and she's burdened. Ten of Wands again. What is she burdened about? She's trying to gain the strength. She's trying to gain the strength to get through this Ten of Wands to the Ace. And finally, Seven of coins, seven of pentacles, matches his seven of pentacles here in his headspace, matches the seven of pentacles here as the bottom of the deck. There's just no movement yet. There's just no movement. Her baskets are empty, and she is patiently waiting for what? Lover's card, this divine connection. I said, is this choices or is this the connection? And we got the King of Wands, which is our masculine here. Well, he's identified himself, who is also the match to the Queen in the environment. She just knows at this point in time, the fruit will be sowed, okay? Like we will reap, we will fill these baskets full of all of the fruits from the seeds that we have planted over the course of this journey. And it will be this divine connection that our King of Wands will take action towards to balance things out in the yin-yang energy, okay? So now, what's happening in the current connection today? Bottom of the deck, another Nine of Coins. They're very much still very single, okay? Both of them, they're not together. And then we got the Nine of Wands again, another number 9. Not Nine of Wands again, but 9 meaning another number 9. So they are very much in this period of not being together, okay? They're not together at all. But they are working towards union, but they're working through their heartache and their pain. So now, what is happening in their connection today? What's the current connective energy? King of Cups. So remember, he already came up as the King of Cups in his environment. So what about it? Six of Cups. This is about reflections and nostalgia, thinking about the past. I said, what is he thinking about? Seven of Swords. This already came up in his heart space. He's sad about all the stuff that he's done. He's sad about his deceit. He's sad about his manipulation. And so we have Ten of Swords then that comes out after that, the ending. I said, what's the end? Queen of Wands. She's just done, man. At this point, it's Queen of Wands just like, I'm just kind of done. I'm done with being in pain. I'm done with this painful cycle. And I said, give me another card, Moon. And we know we just came out of this Moon's new moon energy. And so I feel like maybe perhaps she's used that as some healing, right? Maybe she set some intentions for healing. And so then we get the Eight of Swords. This connection is stuck at this time. Where are we stuck? We're stuck in the Hangman's energy. We're stuck in, and I said, give me another card, Three of Pentacles. We're still stuck in the lesson, guys. Still stuck in the lesson because we are healing. Four of Swords. We need to heal. We're stuck in the lesson because healing must occur. Four of Swords. Clarified by the Eight of Cups and the Three of Wands. We're walking away from things that don't serve us. And what are we walking towards? Three of Wands, what we want to manifest. Remember, the Three of Wands came up for our feminine in that she wants to manifest the Ace of Pentacles. And so then we get the Two of Cups, okay? So he's thinking about how he's deceived her. She's like, I'm trying to heal these old wounds and my pain. They're both stuck in their lesson and in their growth, trying to let go of things and feelings and people and situations that don't serve them. They're healing so they can manifest a new beginning. And then we have this new beginning in union. But what about this union? Three of Swords, right? It's like there's been this betrayal. So again, we go back into the past. There's been this betrayal, this sadness, this loss. And that is the biggest burden. This Three of Swords, Three of Cups energy is the biggest burden in their connection. And the last card out for what's happening in their connection is Justice. They're really trying to balance things out between themselves. And how to do that is stress. And the stress is judgment. How to now rebirth this connection. Can we? Are we capable? Can we? Can we rebirth this connection? I don't know. Time will tell. Depends how hard you work at now the healing of your connection. You've worked hard on your individual healing, but now you've got to work hard on the healing of this connection. And that's why I've always said, separation, that's a breeze, right? Because you have control over your own healing. Now we're trying to work together as a team to heal for our union. Now the hard work begins. All right. If you want to book your own personal reading with me, go to queenoflight1111.com. Remember, I only have one crystal left, only one. And if you want to purchase that, go get it now. Lastly, remember, if you want to join me for the workshop on Saturday the 8th, Saturday, September 8th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, go to the bottom of my website, purchase your seat now. Have a great day, everybody. I'll be back later this week. Bye.